Okay, let's unpack this. When we watch a game, we see the athletes, right? The competition, the pure emotion.
Yeah, what's right there on the surface.
But beneath all that, there's a highly strategic, incredibly dynamic world of business at play.
Absolutely. A whole different game behind the game.
And today, we're diving deep into that fascinating, intricate world, sports marketing.
It's a huge field.
Our source material for this deep dive is a comprehensive online course. It's packed with insights from leading experts, people really, shaping the field.
Some really big names in there offering their perspectives.
Exactly. So our mission for you, the listener, is to pull out the most important, maybe even surprising nuggets of knowledge.
What makes sports marketing tick?
Yeah, what makes it such a powerful and frankly in-demand area? We want to offer a shortcut to understanding its core principles and how it works in the real world.
Makes sense. It's definitely a field people are curious about.
So here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Why is sports marketing so hot right now? What's fundamentally driving this massive demand for expertise? It feels like it's everywhere.
It really is. And it's really a confluence of factors. It highlights a critical insight, I think,
Okay.
which is that every organization, from the smallest local team right up to a global league, they understand their existence depends on deepening their connection with their audience.
That connection piece seems key.
It is. Sports teams, specifically, are constantly looking to enlarge their fan bases, obviously, but also attract new sponsors
Right. Money matters.
and build strong, mutually beneficial programs with the sponsors they already have.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting them, but keeping them happy and engaged.
And events, too, like fan conventions.
Oh, yeah, running successful fan conventions, other events, that's a big part of it. But it goes far beyond just the sports organizations themselves.
How so?
Well, a huge range of companies, think tech giants, consumer brands, even financial services firms, they now recognize the immense value of aligning with sports.
Ah, so using sports to build their own brands.
Precisely. A strategic sports relationship can uniquely position their brand, build an emotional connection with consumers.
Something traditional ads maybe struggle with.
Often, yeah. That traditional advertising often can't match that kind of passionate connection. And, well, that translates directly into a booming demand for skilled sports marketing professionals.
That makes a lot of sense. So with all that demand, what exactly is sports marketing at its core?
Right.
And how does it really differ from, say, marketing a car or a new software product? Is it just applying standard principles to a different context, or is there something fundamentally unique about it?
That's a crucial question. And the deep dive really reveals a core insight here.
Okay.
While sports marketing certainly applies, universal marketing basics, it's also a unique beast. It really is.
A unique beast. I like that.
Yeah. The course really digs into how the traditional 4Ps, product, price, place, promotion, get a meaningful, sometimes counterintuitive update for the sports context.
Well, they still apply, but differently.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is that sports marketing uniquely navigates both service and product marketing simultaneously.
Okay, unpack that a bit. Service and product.
We are selling the experience of attending a live game, right? That's a
Or
service.
the atmosphere, the event itself.
But you're also selling tangible products like jerseys, hats, other memorabilia.
Got it. Tangible goods.
So this blend means marketers have to connect with consumers on this deeply emotional, often identity-driven level.
Right. My team.
Exactly.
Wow.
All while managing the inherent unpredictability of the game itself. You don't know if your team will win or lose.
Which is unlike selling, say, a phone, where you know exactly what the product does.
Precisely. That emotional connection combined with that unpredictability, it creates entirely different challenges and opportunities compared to almost any other industry.
That distinction, that blend of service and product and the unpredictability,
Yeah.
that feels really key.
It really is.
Once you grasp that, you realize the incredible depth of strategies involved. So, okay, let's pull back the curtain. Let's look at some of the most powerful plays, maybe starting with how teams and brands forge those crucial alliances.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great place to start. One of the biggest areas and a massive insight from the course is brand and sponsorship partnerships.
Okay.
And this isn't just about, slapping a logo on a billboard somewhere.
Yeah, well, more than just visibility.
Much more. It's about how to gain mutual value in these relationships. The deep dive gets into why sponsorship in the first place, and it dissects the crucial, often quite complex elements of sponsorship rights.
What you actually get for your money.
Exactly. And a key takeaway here is this concept of activation, bringing sponsorship to life.
Activation, what does that mean in practice?
So this is where a sponsorship becomes more than just seeing a name. It's about creating integrated experiences for the fans.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
Imagine a tech company building an interactive fan zone inside the stadium. Or maybe a beverage brand offering unique content through the team's official app.
Ah, so things fans actually interact with.
Right. True activation creates a memorable connection between the fan, the team, and the sponsor. It moves beyond just exposure to genuine engagement.
That makes sense. Deeper than just seeing a logo.
Exactly. And then there's the sophisticated world of revenue generation.
Right, got to pay the bills.
The course explores dynamic ticket pricing.
Okay, sounds like airline tickets. Prices go up and down.
Sort of, but maybe even more complex.
Mm.
It isn't just about raising prices when a star player comes to town, though that's part of it. It's a sophisticated, data-driven strategy.
Data-driven.
Yeah, involving real-time adjustments based on everything from like weather forecasts.
Seriously? Weather.
Oh yeah, to social media buzz, opponent performance, day of the week. Tons of factors. The insight is how teams use predictive analytics to maximize revenue, but also, and this is counterintuitive, potentially make tickets more accessible at off-peak times.
Ah, so it can benefit some fans too.
Potentially, yes,
Mm.
creating value for different fan segments. And we shouldn't forget the value of licensing.
Licensing, like putting team logos on stuff.
Exactly. A powerful, often overlooked revenue stream. From everything from video games to t-shirts to coffee mugs, it all adds up.
Right. Beyond the big deals, though, it's also crucial how these organizations talk to people, right?
Absolutely critical.
This deep dive really unpacks communication and public relations, showing why it's, well, a completely different beast in sports compared to other industries. What are some of the standout insights there?
Well, the course reveals how modern sports PR isn't just about drafting effective press releases anymore.
Though that's still important, I assume.
Oh, definitely. It covers that thoroughly. But it's increasingly about managing instant global reactions to things. Player actions, team controversies.
Things that can blow up fast.
Incredibly fast. A key takeaway is the absolute necessity of a proactive digital strategy, especially on social media.
Right. Social media is huge.
Huge. A single post from an athlete, or even a fan video that goes viral, can either build up or instantly tarnish a brand, literally in minutes.
Wow. High stakes.
Very high stakes. And this leads directly into crisis communication and social media.
Okay, the tough stuff.
Yeah. The deep dive explores exactly how a crisis might happen in sport, and the possibilities are endless. Imagine a controversial referee call that costs a championship, or a player incident off the field that blows up online.
Yeah, you see that happen all the time.
It then dissects specific crisis communication strategies. It offers insights into how to handle situations where maybe the truth is ambiguous, or when you're managing both legal and public relations concerns simultaneously.
That sounds like a real tightrope walk.
It is a unique tightrope walk in the sports world.
Yeah.
And there's a strong focus on using social media strategically, not just for damage control.
But proactively.
Exactly. Proactively, to actively grow a team's follower base, promote events, conferences, conventions, using it as a positive tool.
Okay, so if we connect all of this back to the bigger picture, sports are about more than just business, right? They're about passion, loyalty.
Fundamentally, yes.
How does that deep, often irrational loyalty translate into marketing strategies? And what makes sports fans so unique in their devotion?
This raises a really important question, and it's perhaps the most fundamental insight from the whole deep dive.
Which is?
That fandom and loyalty are the absolute bedrock of professional sports and sports marketing. Everything else is built on that foundation.
Bedrock. Okay.
The deep dive unpacks why are fans loyal. And the answer is often surprising. It reveals it's often less about winning.
Really? Not just about winning?
Less than you'd think. It's more about shared identity, community, family traditions, that sense of belonging. A surprisingly counterintuitive insight for many people.
Huh. Identity and community over just the scoreboard.
Often, yeah. And it also details loyalty programs and their value, explaining how these programs, whether for season tickets or merchandise discounts, whatever, they're particularly potent in the sports world, precisely because they tap into that pre-existing emotional bond. It's not just transactional.
It feels more meaningful because the underlying connection is already there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It reinforces that bond.
Makes sense.
And beyond the fans, the deep dive also briefly touches on the crucial, often high-stakes role of sports agents.
Ah, the Jerry Maguire figures?
Sort of, yeah. Representing the athletes, negotiating deals. It's a whole ecosystem. And looking further out to the future.
Yeah.
It highlights the fascinating concept of global sports diplomacy.
Sports diplomacy, what's that?
It shows how sports now connect to broader international relations, acting as this unique bridge between cultures and nations, sometimes even intense political climates.
Interesting. Sports as a soft power tool.
In a way, yes, it's a growing area of focus.
It's clear that the real power of this deep dive comes from the real-world wisdom it distills. This isn't just theory, right?
Not at all.
It features insights from individuals truly at the top of their game. I mean, we're talking about unparalleled perspective from figures like Katrina Adams,
Former head of the USTA. Yeah.
former chairman, CEO, and president of the U.S. Tennis Association. She offers master classes in managing global sports brands.
Incredible insights there. And you also get the strategic brilliance of someone like Mark Silverman, president of the Big Ten Network.
Right, deep into sports media strategy.
Exactly. And the nuanced understanding from Paulina Leperi, formerly at Nielsen Catalina Solutions, talking about leveraging data and analytics.
Data is everywhere now.
Crucial in sports marketing. Then there's Jeffrey Goldman, Senior Director of Communications at Fox Sports Midwest.
Explaining that lightning-fast world of sports media relations.
Right. And the unique challenges and opportunities from Ken Baby, who owns minor league baseball teams like the Akron Rubber Ducks and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
Oh, interesting. Minor league level. That must be different.
Very different. Imagine the specific nuances of building fan loyalty and community engagement at that level, often without the huge star power.
Yeah, a whole different challenge. And it's not just the C-suite and media execs either.
No, it's broad.
You also get the perspective of corporate sponsors, like Ryan Lucky, Assistant Vice President of Corporate Sponsorship at AT&T.
Offering his view from the sponsor side, what truly makes a partnership valuable to them.
Crucial perspective. Plus, Mark Repchak from Florida Citrus Sports sharing insights on event marketing, like bowl games.
Big events, yeah. And it's all grounded in academic rigor, too.
From top universities.
Contributions from esteemed professors at Northwestern University and the Kellogg School of Management. People like Candy Lee, who's the main instructor, Mark Finn, Matt Notawa-Digdo, J.A. Adonde, Nancy Hobar, Craig LeMay.
Wow, heavy hitters academically, too.
Definitely. Plus, other industry consultants and experts are featured, like Tim Mead, VP of Communications for the LA Angels Baseball Club, Hod Engelhardt, Mark Zareski.
So it's this blend.
It's this blend, yeah. It ensures you're getting not just theory, but really practical, actionable lessons from pretty much every possible angle in the industry.
Okay, so after taking in all these incredible insights, all these different perspectives, what specific skills can you, the listener, gain by understanding all this?
Right. The practical takeaway.
Especially if you're looking to apply it in the real world, what are the tangible skills?
Well, the course explicitly lists a range of really in-demand skills you can develop. And these aren't just academic exercises. They're immediately applicable.
Like what?
You're talking about mastering media relations, understanding revenue management, like that dynamic pricing we discussed, brand management, the complexities of strategic partnerships.
Okay.
You'll gain expertise in event marketing and, crucially, crisis management.
Yeah, we talked about how vital that is.
Because knowing how to navigate a public relations firestorm is just essential in sports today. Beyond those, you'll hone broader marketing and public relations skills, learn about designing effective loyalty programs.
Tapping into that fan passion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And grasp various marketing strategies, event planning, social media best practices, and promotional strategies.
That's a pretty comprehensive list.
It is.
Yeah.
And the real value, emphasized in the source material, is how directly applicable these skills are. It highlights learners who have directly applied the concepts and skills to new projects, even new career opportunities.
So real-world impact.
Definitely.
We've just taken a whirlwind tour through the strategic world of sports marketing.
You covered a lot of ground.
Moving far beyond just watching the game to uncover the intricate business dynamics, the powerful strategies, the deep human connections that drive it all. This deep dive really provides a nuanced understanding, doesn't it? Far beyond just casual observation.
And that's the real value, I think. Understanding not just what happens in sports marketing, but why it matters.
The why behind it all.
Yeah. It connects all these seemingly disparate elements.
Yeah.
From dynamic ticket pricing algorithms to the profound psychology of fan loyalty into this a cohesive, compelling picture of a really dynamic industry.
So maybe a final thought for our listeners to chew on.
Okay.
Consider how the principles we explored today, things like fostering that deep fan loyalty or mastering crisis communication, how might those be applied outside of sports?
Interesting.
Think about building community
Yeah.
or navigating challenges in any passionate pursuit or endeavor you care about. How might those dynamics play out in your own life, far beyond the stadium or the arena?